Hello and welcome back, friends, to our 30 days of self-care for the new year in 2021. This is obviously applicable no matter when you're watching this video or what year it is, but today is day 3 of our 30 days of self-care. My name is Nikki Pfeiffer and I'm so happy to be here and share this information with you. I hope that you find it helpful, and if you would, make sure that you like this video, subscribe if you really like the information that I have to share with you, and feel free to share this out to anyone you think that it would help. So our topic today for our self-care practice is saging or smudging. This can interchangeably be used. Smudging can refer to numerous different types of herbs, but saging very specifically is using white sage is, most authentic, but there's desert sage and things like that. But saging, that's what we're going to talk about, smudging for today. So what are the benefits? I want to go over the benefits with you, and I do have my notes because I really can't remember everything. So what are the benefits of smudging yourself and your home? So the practice I'm going to talk about today is very specifically about cleansing your home or your workspace, your environment, those types of things, along with yourself. So people use smudging to purify. It's stress relieving. It can boost memory and clarity, cleanse the air, and really just provide a meditative practice. The biggest thing I think that I really come back to is that cleansing the air. That's more of like a scientifically proven thing. It does cleanse the air. And, hundreds of years ago, or, however long ago, they really did have people come in and burn sage to smudge places where sick people had been. That was before they really had a lot of science behind it, but it really does help to eliminate viruses and bacteria out of the air. So that is the most, the biggest reason to really cleanse your environment by smudging or saging. And as far as for yourself, that mental clarity piece, stress relief, to cleanse your own systems, like if you believe, depending on your belief systems, but if you want to cleanse your aura, you can energetically cleanse yourself. And if not, like purification with smoke has been a practice, since ancient times. So just bringing that meditation into this practice of, visualization, of visualizing this smoke just clearing your mind, clearing your body, bringing in healing, or, whatever it is that you feel like you need from that practice. But that is definitely where that meditation piece comes in too, that you can kind of intertwine some various practices at one time. So as far as things, I will show you different things that you can burn for your smudging practice. So the first thing that I will show you, if I can get this, there we go. This is like a basic smudge stick. This was given to me by a friend, and it has rose petals on it, which is lovely. So this would be your white sage. And I have one that's already burnt. I tried to find ones that weren't burnt so I didn't get black all over my hands. And another thing that I really, really like is, I don't know if I'll be able to do this one or not. This is Palo Santo or Palo Santo. But this is a wood that is used for smudging. I use this very often in work, especially if I'm doing any type of chakra balancing or cleansing or clearing, like any energy work whatsoever. So we have the white sage, the Palo Santo, and this one, let's see if you can see that. There we go, that's a little bit better. So this one is considered a moxa stick. And this is used in a practice called moxibustion. And it is actually like tied up mugwort. So that is another thing that you can use for saging, for smudging. is mugwort is a good one. So those are 3 that I have on hand that I do use. Moxibustion is a very, like moxa is a specific practice for cleansing your energy lines in your body and opening up the flow of chi throughout your body. It's very correspondent to like acupuncture or acupressure, using those same energy lines that practice uses. And it uses the heat from the burning herb to kind of penetrate deeply into the body, treating things like arthritis, gynecological issues. Like there's an array of various different things that treats, but that is mugwort. So some people cleanse their homes, cleanse their bodies with the smoke of mugwort. So there is some drawbacks. Those are just some things that I have. And actually, I think I have a cedar stick somewhere, but I didn't bring it out here. But cedar is very grounded in Native American tradition, and they would burn cedar to cleanse themselves, cleanse their spaces, those types of things. And lavender is another really great smudge stick that you can, get creative with these. And sweetgrass is another Native American one that I actually had the same person that I bought this moxa stick from gave me braided sweetgrass and said that it was good luck. So that one I didn't burn. I kept it because it's supposed to be good luck. But those are all things that you can burn to smudge yourself or your environment. So it doesn't have to be so specific. Like if you have some of these herbs on hand, making your own smudge sticks is really fun. You can add flowers, like the sage stick that I have that has rose petals in it. You can add different herbs. You can kind of make your own little creation. And there's really fun how-to videos. That is not what this video is how to make a smudge stick. But there's really fun how-to videos on how to bind those and tie them. The drawback to using this method of cleansing, this self-care practice, is that it does produce smoke. And some people have sensitive lungs, have breathing issues, they're very sensitive to smells, those types of things. You have to be really careful if you're going to use the smudging practice. You might want to find a different avenue, like using crystals, something that doesn't smell at all. Some people prefer oils, doing different rituals with oils. But again, if you can't really handle the smell, I wouldn't go that avenue either. I would try and find something that was less, had to do with scent. So that's just kind of like the advisement. If you don't like things that smell like smoke, or you don't like to inhale, smoke or be around it, if you have sensitive lungs, be real careful. The other thing I was going to say, you can get various, if you've ever been to the ocean and picked up like 5,000 seashells, I just have this shell here that I brought home, probably from South Carolina or something like that. And you can use abalone shells. Those are like kind of marketed that way, with your smudge stick and an abalone shell. And I don't know if I have one on hand or not, but while you're burning, you want to hold something underneath of this, because this is on fire, so you will light it. We'll go over that in just a minute, the whole practice, but you do want to make sure that you have something to hold underneath, and it doesn't have to be as particular or fancy as a shell. You can just use a glass bowl. Like if you have a glass bowl, something that, if a hot ember falls on it, it's not going to catch on fire. Another little added thing to this practice, and I have a little tiny feather here. Let's see. You can use a feather to push the smoke around. So if you're going to be kind of cleansing yourself, you can use the feather to kind of go around your body and kind of push the smoke around. If you're cleansing your home, you can just gently move the smoke around. It's really up to you, but various different feathers, however you acquire them or come by them, have a lot of significance to them anyways, but using a feather to kind of move and waft the smoke around can be really helpful. So on to how to use your sage stick, or how to smudge. So again, with our sage stick, you're gonna light one end of it. So we're not trying to create like a bonfire. So I always use candles. That seems to be the easiest for me because it's a constant flame and you can kind of turn and move this around a little bit and get a nice smoldering. So you want this to be smoldering, not like flame shooting off the top. So you get this nice and hot to where there's little red, little embers and things. We're gonna use our tray to make sure that we're not dropping hot ashes anywhere, or hot embers anywhere. And to cleanse your home, there are some different practices, but I'll discuss one thing, one way to do this right now. Open up your windows. So right now in North America, it's not, northern North America, it's not very warm out, but opening up your windows is a great practice just to bring some fresh, clean air into your house. So, you don't have to do this very long, but you may want to switch your furnace off if you have it on. Just open up some windows, and they don't really have to be like all the way open. You just want them to be open enough so where air is kind of pulling out of your house, like in and out, creating that pathway. And before you do anything else, so opening up the windows is really allowing fresh, vibrant energy into your house, fresh, vibrant air, like however you want to see that. But before you start your saging or your smudging practice, whether you're smudging yourself or your home, is set your intention. Why are you doing this? A lot of times people will call on house smudging whenever they feel like maybe they have a ghost in their house, or there's some negative energy in their house, or something like that. Something bad has happened in their home. I have friends that do that for a living. They'll come in and cleanse your home for you. But that intention's pretty easy because it's like, I want whatever's in here that I don't desire for it to be gone. But sometimes it's just like inviting new energy into your house or releasing old energy. So this is a wonderful, great practice for the full moon. If you want to integrate that into your ritual practice for the new year, if you're beginning a new start of some sort, a new project, something new and creative, setting that intention of like bringing in fresh or bringing in new, or maybe it's to, like I said, release something old. If you kind of had one of those spiral up moments in your life where you kind of broke through something, that's a wonderful time also to set that intention and just allow all that past to let go of you, and for you to let go of it, and to cleanse that energy from your space. So set your intention, whatever it might be. Maybe it's just to have cleaner air, breathe easier. Maybe people have been sick in your house lately and you really just want to cleanse the air in your home. Just set your intention. So open the window, set your intention. And a big thing that will come up often is to open your front door. You want an escape from your home. And if you think of that on an energetic level, it's just allowing whatever came in to go back out. And on a physical level, that's going to create a draft throughout your home and draw all of the latent air out of your house. So you can look at that either way, on a physical level or on a metaphysical level. And you always want to ground yourself. So that could just be like taking a nice deep breath, like bringing your attention into what you're doing, into your body, connection to the earth, however that feels for you as far as grounding goes. And then to sage yourself first. Generally, you always want to start at the top of your body and work your way down. Again, with this, if you have a feather, you can this is called ethereal stroking and massage practice, but you can kind of brush yourself off energetically all the way down, front and back, as much as you can get behind you without catching any of your clothes on fire. But sage yourself front and back all the way down to your feet so that you yourself are cleansed before you go into your practice of cleansing your environment. Proceed through your house, paying special attention to corners. And what I like to do is, after I sage myself, I go to the furthest point away from my front door. So it would be upstairs in the furthest corner of my house. And you just slowly, using your intention, cleanse that area. Whatever energy you want to invite in or bring out, or just allowing that smoke to filter through your house. You can do this in whatever order that you like, Maybe you only want to sage one room. That's totally fine too. This is something that, you know, if you have a little bit older kids that can, you know, be trusted with like a sprinkler, you know, this would be very similar. Kids love to get involved in this. You know, my daughter particularly and my son both, they love to sage the house. And it's kind of just like a community, you know, it's like one of those community feelings of like, we're gonna do this together, you know, and if they like that, that's fine. If they don't like it, doesn't matter. But, you know, kids like to get involved in things too, and they're so energetically opened, you know, to things that they're like, oh yeah, totally, I get that. This is good, you know. So it could be a fun family tradition also. I would suggest, and I like, sadly, I didn't realize how long it had been since I saged my home until I decided to make this video. So I will be completing that process for my self-care today. But, you know, do it regularly, maybe like quarterly, or again, you know, if there's something that pulls you or draws you to the fact that you want to sage your home, like by all means go with that. But try to do it relatively regularly. So that is all that I have about saging today. I feel like, or smudging, I feel like I talked a lot about this, but just try it out. And even for our other rituals, you know, that I talk about often if you follow me, like our sacred self-care rituals, like taking baths, or, you know, oil washing and dry brushing and self-massage and things like that, bringing this attribute of saging your space and saging yourself, just adding that tiny bit, only takes a moment, but adding that little bit of extra care, nurturing, love, and compassion to yourself, you can really intertwine this smudging practice into any other practice that you would like, your regular meditation practice, your yoga practice, really anything. You can just add the element of smudging or saging your home or yourself or your studio, your office, whatever it might be. So I hope that you found this helpful. As always, if you have any questions about smudging or saging practice, things that you can use, or various different practices, if you'd like to know more, please reach out to me. I would love to answer any questions that you have. And again, be sure to like this video if you found it helpful, and I will see you in the next video.